good to be here, and thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to talk to you. I am an age group coach, but I'm also a mom, and this is going to be sort of a mom talk, so it's non-scientific, and I'm kind of a big picture kind of life lesson kind of person. I have 3 daughters who swim. I'm going to give you a little bit of background, tell you 3 little stories about them so you can have a little bit of background for what I'm here to talk to you about today. My oldest her name is Ruby, and she started swimming at 7. At the time, we were with the YMCA in Madison, Wisconsin. And one day she came home from school and she said, "Mom, we had this assignment today, and we had to draw a picture of ourselves and say who we are." And I said, "Oh, that's great. Let me see it. Pull it out of your bag." So she pulled out her little picture and she held it up to me, and there she was. Stick figure, long curly hair, and she had this medal around her. And at the top it said, "I am a swimmer." And it just tickled my heart, because I thought, oh my gosh, she's 7. She has an identity already. She's identifying with the group, and that just made me really happy. My middle daughter was 5 when she started swimming, and I took her to her first summer swim league, and I kind of walked her over to the clerk of course, and I held her hand, and I gave her a little squeeze. And I said, "Ivy, you can do it." And I ran back and I sat down in my seat, and I anxiously waited her race. She swam her race, she got out of the pool, she ran back over to me, and I grabbed her and I looked at her and I said, "Ivy, you did it." And she looked at me and she said, "Well, you told me I could." And I thought, oh my God, this one's got confidence. So I got identity, we got confidence. My third youngest one was 3 when she started swimming, only because she would come with me to practices, and when we came home, she was like, "Mom, fill the bathtub." So I had to fill the bathtub. She'd put goggles on. She'd be in there swimming around with goggles on. She wanted to be on swim team so bad, so I was like, sure, she can be on swim team. So when I took her to swim team, I had to be up top behind these windows because I wasn't a coach at the time. And she was down, and I'd watch her literally dive off, and she'd get about halfway through the pool, and here comes the person behind her, and just right over the top of her. Here comes another one, just swam right over the top of her. She's 3. I couldn't do anything about her. I couldn't go back down onto the deck. I couldn't save her. She had to deal with it. She was determined. So I got identity, I got confidence, I got determined. Those 3 things just really tickled me, and they went on to swimming, and they went on to swimming club with Badger Aquatics in Madison, and they went on to high school swimming. They all 3 went on to swim for the University of Wisconsin D1 college swimming, and they all were captains. And then my middle one actually won the U.S. Open in the 50 free and continued on to swim with the national team in 2014, 2016, when we went to the World Championships in Kazan. But I'll tell you, along the way, during that process, I had so many people come up to me and said, "How did you do it? What's your secret? What do you feed them? How are they so successful?" And I was asked to kind of talk about this last year, and I started thinking, gosh, it's not really about what I did. It's more about what I didn't do that I think really helped them along their swimming career and made them who they are today. So that's why I'm here today. I'm going to share you 4 things that I think, along with how I think it helped them. It's that little life lesson in there as well. And the first thing is, I'm a mom. Yes, I'm a coach. Never coached them. And I bet you guys know somebody out there that has a little kid that said, "Well, my mom told me to do this." You can't do it. You just can't do it. When you have somebody that's starting to coach your kids, they're contradicting their coach. That's bad, and it leaves them confused. As, do I believe mom, or do I believe my coach? What's the lesson? Well, we didn't do it because we thought, I mean my husband and I, we thought that, you know what, they got to learn to how to develop a relationship with their coach. They have to learn how to develop trust with their coach, and we all know how important that is. So I didn't do it. Second one was rehashing or dissecting their race as soon as they got out. Okay, that again is a coach's job. not our job as a parent. When they come over to you, if they want to talk to you about it, they will. But don't start jumping down their throat. Why did you breathe? Why did you slow down on that 25? What happened? If they want to talk about it, they're going to talk about it. You have to be patient. You have to wait. Okay? And hopefully, I was thinking, hopefully by doing that, by teaching them, by not jumping down their throat, when they get older, their teen years or whatever, they're going to be able to come up to me and talk to me knowing that I'm not going to jump down their throat, and I want them to do that. So we never really rehashed or dissected the, again, that's their coach's job. The third one I think is kind of funny, but how many of you have ever sat up in the bleachers next to just a crazy wild parent? Go, go, go. Oh, see, they're out there, right? And oh, God, that was a terrible turn. Well, it's awkward. It's kind of awkward sitting next to those people, right? You just feel like, ugh. It's kind of awkward, and it's embarrassing for the swimmer, right? It's embarrassing for the swimmer, even though they're swimming. Maybe their siblings sitting there. Maybe their sibling's friend. Maybe their sibling's friend's parents. And they're saying, wow, did you see Mrs. Martin up there? Holy cow, she's losing it. You don't want to do that. If that gets back to your kid, they're going to be influenced by that. They learn by example, right? So lesson here, composure. Try not to let a bad swim reflect on you. If you want to just take it home and go in your room and do whatever, but try to be composed about that. Again, they learn by example. They're watching you. Everybody's watching you. And then the fourth one is the ability to learn by their mistakes. We all know that we learn by their mistakes, and the thing that I didn't do is I never really covered, I never made excuses for them. So if they had a bad swim, it was like, oh, well, she had a really bad practice beforehand, or a really long one, or she stayed up too late, or she doesn't feel good, or something. I never really made excuses for them. They had to learn how to deal with failure. They have to learn how to deal with their mistakes, and they have to learn how to deal with, things that aren't pleasant. And that's how they learn about what not to do, right? So it's kind of easier to think about rather than what were some specific things that I did. It was more about what I didn't do that I think really helped them along the way so they could feel their own way through their swimming career and to become the women that they are today. So thank you very much.